values and commerce, and some people think these are opposite ends of the scale, whereas you have integrated them. Does that work?
I think it does. I think it does because I believe that everyone at the end of the day would like to wake up in the morning to be excited about what they're doing and to actually be doing things which then cause them to live a good life. And to live a good life, you need to engage in commerce. We all know this story of the artist who sits alone on a hill and paints their paintings. But what happens? No one sees the painting, no one enjoys the painting because of a lack of commerce. It actually requires commerce in order to extend that expression.
And the extension is really, and really the heart of your business, is to be able to recognize in a story all the potential across what used to be the silos of broadcast, games,
yes.
Books, etc., etc. You're an integrator.
Well, in fact, the power is in the adjacencies. There was recently a release by the Nielsen ratings that if an ad comes out on TV once, it takes twice, 3 times, 4 times, up to 8 times before there's recognition and recollection of what that ad was about. But if an ad comes out on TV and it comes out on a social network at the same time, there's a 75% increase in the recognition. So it ties back directly to the creation of brands.
It's interesting. There was a session this morning where someone from Rovi was talking. He was saying, now it's content curation is king.
Interesting.
Which I thought was an interesting term. But
right.
I mean, we're all in the content business. We're all in the audience business, and we're all trying to facilitate how we get all these things together. I know that you're from Silicon Valley, and you can't reveal all the secret sauce because it's a very stealthy place.
Yes.
But I mean, when are we going to be seeing some of the real big integrated, projects you've done? These are coming out shortly, are they?
Well, so I don't like to put a date before I see exactly how the pieces fit together. And one of the differences around Creatopia is that we consider our partners to be distributors, agents, content creators, animation houses. And so the important thing for us right now is to put the right people together. And that's what we're doing. In fact, it's important to identify the values first. And as I said to someone that we met 2 days ago from Finland, we need to meet 3 times. Because actually, if you meet someone once, you don't know that much. You meet someone twice, you know a little bit more. But if you're actually going to be partners for an extended period of time, if you're actually going to base your business on values that are the same, you have to meet at least 3 times. And I believe in FaceTime. I think there's still some things that must be done face-to-face, over a meal, a glass of wine. You need to break bread together. And I don't think that will ever change.
Okay, well, we've heard her model of head, heart, and handbag. Which parts of the anatomy and the handbag are you concerned with, Robert?
Just, fundamental handbag.
You're just a handbagger.
Show me the money. It could be. We've said we've financed some really terrible programs. Really dreadful programs that you feel ashamed to watch, but we got our money back and we made a nominal fee and a bit of interest. So, it's lovely that people do make great programs, and we do also provide finance to people who make fabulous programs. I've got fabulous clients who do some great programs, but really, I'm a handbag man.
Yeah, but you also have to use your head.
Sure.
Yeah, but the heart, are you a heartless banker?
It's not an oxymoron, is it? You've got to, I think, to me, the head, heart, you've always got to kind of say, do I want to work with these people? Can I trust them? When something goes slightly wrong, or if there's a problem, will I be able to sit down with them around the table and sort it out? And I think that's a fundamental. It goes back to Cheryl's thing about you need to see them face to face. You need to see the whites of their eyes, and then
absolutely.
You can then
we're actually in the trust business. It's all about the relationships. It's not about the money necessarily. It's about the relationships. How did you feel they were sort of going into what was for you a foreign culture, going into Russia where the business values are maybe different, being formed, etc. As I said earlier, you were a pioneer. I mean, what did you draw on? Did you actually have values that you kept going back to kind of keep on course?
Well, I think people say that you're forming your opinions when you meet someone within the first few seconds. And I remember, I guess I will have a handbag theme as well. But I remember I don't speak Russian. I had Russian colleagues with me in all the meetings, and a lot of the managers, senior managers of Russian World Studios don't speak English. But you can go to a studio, you can watch what's going on, and the studio in Russia, in Moscow, was really just, you felt this energy. And one thing about Russia you may not know is that Russia's been through a tough time in the past decades. And especially the past couple of decades with all the transformation going on there. And because of that, almost all of the middle and senior management of commercially driven companies are young. I'm old, and that's great to witness, and their drive and energy. And what you went in there, and I smelt the rubles. And I can confirm it smells the same as euros and dollars.
Great. Terrific. Lucien, okay, Brazil. You've had a huge success domestically. You're now reaching out to the world. Where are the markets that you're trying to turn your attention, persuade your producers in the audiovisual sector? Where are their logical co-production partners? Do you have a strategy there? Or are you simply, supporting a company and let them forge their own strategy?
More like supporting the company. Brazil has a co-production agreement with Canada and Germany, I believe, and Chile. There's room for co-production agreement for a lot of more countries. And France, because of so they're close to you here. But we must look at the company. The BNDES is a government bank. We have a lot of criteria and analysis of everything about the life and the previous life of the company. We very much ensure that they are right people. But I believe every analysis has a bit of reality, numbers, etc., and a bit of intuition. And maybe from our background in the venture capital, etc., where we take risk, we kind of buy the vision that entrepreneur has of the market, the vision has of its own future. I believe this is more important than just a good project. A good project in bad hands goes nowhere.
Yeah.
I think that's beautiful. That's really great.
I think, Cheryl, you're embracing the new in all its forms. I think one of the things one always has to remember is that new media don't replace old media, they add to media. I mean, people thought radio would be dead when television happened. Radio is still alive and well and doing a lot of different things now, so that each new development just gives us a bigger palette to play on. So these must be for you exciting times to try and draw. But your key seems to be to integrate.
Yes. So for me, there are three main things. One is, yes, creativity is exciting. Yes, we want to support the creativity. Where's the business? Where's the business? Because at the end of the day, if there's no commerce connected to it, it does not reach anything. It doesn't become anything. And so I sit between the creative team, the business team, and the money, and attempt to relate from one to the other the values that each team has, and to act as a bridge so that there can be this opportunity to bring it into reality. It can just sit as a thought forever, but it has to be linked to good business principles, or it will never really be enjoyed.